guys, welcome to 3 Mississippi. Sid here. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today I am driving about 3 hours south of here to go pick up 5 ewe lambs, Katahdin lambs. I don't know if you guys can see the trailers hooked up behind me. I went and picked it up on Saturday, and so now it's time to get going. I got a full tank of gas. I am going to be going by myself. My friend was going to come with me, but her horse got out, her dog ate dryer sheets, and the world ended. So I'm going solo, but it's going to be fine. It means I'm going to talk to myself a lot on the ride, and I'd be curious to see what I have to say to myself. Hopefully only good things, but let's go, and then it'll be time to get them all settled. So let's hit the road. Hopefully it's an uneventful trip. I'm driving through pockets of bad weather with an empty trailer, so say a quick prayer for me and let's go. So unfortunately, I don't have sound on this clip. Not sure what happened. Anyway, I had just picked up the first lamb from the one neighbor, and I was instructed to drive down the road a piece, look for a Sasquatch sign, and then go past it a little bit and go into the next driveway I saw. I did manage to find it, got the 4 other lambs. I couldn't pull the trailer all the way up because it was kind of a steep, sharp turn, so we carried the lambs down. Luckily her kids were there, so they were able to help. I did get about half as good a gas mileage on the way up and on the way back than I normally do with the truck, so I did have to stop and fill up for gas twice. Okay, I just made it home. I just pulled up. You can see I've got the lambs back here, and I just pulled up next to, that's what they said, just pulled up next to the paddock, and Frankie's, I just asked her to go fill some water tubs for them because I'm not going to put the big water trough down there for them, just because it's really big and they're little, and I don't feel like swapping the other troughs right now because they don't go through water fast enough and these guys won't go through water fast enough, so this will make more sense for now. Anyway, so we're going to stick them down there, get them all unloaded, and get them settled in. But oh my god, they're just so cute. Babies. Hi, sweet peas. You're okay. I know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's okay.
Watch your head.
Yep.
What's they got? They got.
Yeah. It's just, they're like, what's going on? That's a baby. Yeah, you're okay. I know. Look. Look. Oh. You're slippery. Come here. Oh.
I'm gonna back that truck down here.
Nah, it's fine. I didn't get a good, I should have scooped her under her butt, but I didn't. Oh, okay. There you go. How cute! Sai, that's your new girlfriend. All right, let's go get some more.
Oh, Hold on, Frank. Don't move him again. You got one. Oh, I got one.
Okay.
We good?
Yep. Just a baby. Okay. Okay. Oh, I did? Yeah. Who knows? I was carrying lambs earlier. Where'd it rip?
Other side, on the back.
Oh, it's fine. All right, let's go get the last one. Okay, I'm aiming for the white one. You're okay.
Yeah, you were feisty.
Look at these little nuggets. They're so
This
cute.
one's a little toasted.
Look at them. Oh my gosh. I love little lambs. They're so cute.
Hello.
Oh, you don't like when you do that.
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah,
this little nugget.
fine. It's fine.
Look at that little nugget. I just love their little faces. You got the fatty. I got the younger one. That's why I said I want the white one. Oh, I said I'm aiming for the white one because I knew she was smaller. It's like Christmas.
Is it?
Yeah.
Christmas in March?
Yeah. Oh, distracted by flowers. Geese. That's a good sign.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's low, too. I could have got both of them on the dinner table.
Oh, stop.
Too late, Frank.
It's okay. Hi,
I
babies.
like little milkman over here.
Which one are we calling Milkman? These are all girls, by the way.
I know, but little milkman.
I don't know which one is Milkman.
The special one.
Which one's special?
The one that looks special.
None of them look special. Are you talking about the one with the mottled face?
The one with multicolors on it. The one that's special.
Okay.
The chosen one, damn it.
That was the one little girl's favorite lamb, by the way.
So
She's
you
like, take
stole-
that one last.
You stole a little girl's lamb?
Well, I didn't steal her lamb. I paid for it. It's okay, babies. Look at them. Sai is like, look. Oh! 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 That was not expected. Goosey! Well, that one hopped right through the barbed wire and then right back.
Because that would further prove my point.
So, but hopefully they'll chill out. They'll see each other through the fence before they try to run over there again. The dogs will see I'm gonna be over here now with them for a little while. They'll see that this is intentional. These are not a threat. And then in a few days we can introduce them once everybody's happy. Good luck, Coos. That fence is electric, my dear. Yeah. You can't come. I know you want to come check them out. Coosy. Oh, you little booger. So the electric fence line had become ungrounded. The clip had come off and there was a piece of plant or something on one little section of it, which we didn't realize because it lit me up 2 days ago. Right there. Oh! Woo! Oh, okay. I leaned into the electric fence a little too far. So anyway, we fixed that, but apparently because of all that drama, obviously the little lambs are in here with everybody right now. Not ideal, but now it's dark and we've lost daylight
Okay,
and
got him.
everybody, and everybody's
It's hot now.
stressed. So we are not going to try, and he just touched the fence and they realize it's all hot again because they all snuck through because it wasn't hot where they went through. So
It wasn't hot anywhere.
not ideal that the babies are all together with everybody right now. That was not the plan. But that's what happened because we did not realize that that electric line had gone down between Friday and today. Today being Monday. Tomorrow I will probably attempt to grab some of the babies and throw them in this paddock and then move the dogs back. Okay, so here's what happened, guys. We didn't get much of it filmed last night, but I'm gonna run through it real quick and explain. So we have 3 separate paddocks, and one paddock is not hot wired, and that was the original one that we built. And it has goat wire, okay? The one below that has some goat wire and some barbed wire with hot strands through it. The big paddock has barbed wire and 2 hot strands on it, okay? These lambs are, these ewes that we got yesterday are a lot smaller than Sai was when we got him. They're also younger. But basically you saw how they were sneaking through. Well, what happened was the same way they were able to sneak through there, they were able to sneak throughout the back and the back corner to basically go towards the creek. Kusi got really excited, which of course got Tashka riled up. And yes, they should not be chasing the lambs. 100% agree. I know I'm going to get comments. I 100% agree they shouldn't be. The struggle is that while I have worked with them and introduced them to different animals and done all of the things, for some reason, every time I introduce a new animal, they go through this thing where they want to try to chase it for the first 2 days. I haven't been able to break them of that. I've tried everything, trust me. I have read all the things, I have done all the things. It's just not happy. That being said, these lambs were, because they were skittish and freaked out and they had just been through travel and all of that, they were able to just skirt through that wiring. However, we then discovered, because we were like, they shouldn't have been able to do that, and Kusi shouldn't have been able to get under it. Keeping in mind, on Friday, I lit myself up on that electric fence twice. One time real bad, and one time it was like I barely touched it. So I was like, the hot wire, it was working 2 days ago. Well, the clip had come off. It's one of the solar ones. The clip had come off and we didn't realize it. And so it wasn't hot. So that is why all of that happened last night. And so we spent about 2 hours trying to get everybody back in the pen. We of course couldn't catch the youngest lambs to move them into the other pen. So what I ended up doing was I put Sai and the dogs and Dan, the weather goat, up in the top paddock. That is the one that's goat wire. There is no electric on that line, which is what I wanted to put the lambs into. So anyway, it was a whole thing. That's what happened. So today we're going to Pontotoc to pick up some basically poultry netting that's electrified. We're going to be running a tinsel line from the shop out that way so that we're not dependent on the solar clips and all of this, because they don't get hot enough. We're not super thrilled with them. I'll put it that way. And I check them frequently. I checked them with my own body 2 days before that. So we didn't know that it was out. And so the fact that all the animals were basically, it just created chaos for us that night. And that was a problem. But we're going to go pick up basically some netting so we can make a separate holding pen for them within the large paddock. So we can kind of corral them, go from there, and then, run a tinsel line. I don't know, not all of that is going to get done today, obviously, but some of it is going to get done today. I had another one get out this morning and go down into the creek. I had to climb down into the creek to kind of, I don't want to say chase it, but push it back up the ledge. And then it finally came back in and maneuvered its way in, and then it got out of the paddocks altogether. And then it went into, Mike was able to kind of corral it into the big pen with the rest of the lambs. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. It was just basically a comedy of errors. The goal was, and we should have realized that they were smaller than the previous animals that we had put in there. Again, it was at the end of a long day. The sun was going down. We were still thinking, oh, that top paddock needs to recover a little bit more because the turnips were starting to come back. We should have put them in the top paddock that had the goat wire around it, and none of this would have happened. But it is what it is. We're at where we're at. These things happen. This is why we're starting with a smaller flock, and we didn't just go buy 50 head or 100 head. This is why we're starting small, so we can make these mistakes small which is something we always tell you guys when you're doing something, start small, and then as you figure your stuff out, go bigger. So that's what we're doing. So we're gonna go get some stuff to fix that up, but the lambs are doing great. You know, they're not totally trusting of me yet, but it took Cy a few days before he would come up to me and let me love on him and whatever. It took him seeing me with the goats and everything to kind of get him to come around. And now he like comes running to me and wants loves. So I'll get the girls that way too. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time. We're gonna go get that fencing, and hopefully we'll be able to show you guys getting these puppies corralled. Well, they're not puppies, they're lambs, but you know what I mean. All right, so forgive me guys, I didn't go run and grab the mics, and I didn't film a lot of what we did, but we put up this, basically we made a sheep chute, and we moved all the lambs up to this top holding pen. This paddock's now gonna be our holding pen because it's completely has goat panel on the inside. Nobody's in the back bottom paddock right now. Right now, all 3 of the goats and Cy are ram, and the 2 livestock guardian dogs are all together. I'm working on some further training with the livestock guardian dogs with the new lambs. Until these guys get big enough to be out of just the goat wire area, I'm gonna leave Cy in with the female goats as well. He will not be with them long term. Long term, he will be only with Dan, but this is just until he gets a little bit older. Well, really until these lambs get a little bit older. Then we'll make that transition. But for right now, this is gonna be the easiest to get everybody where they need to be. Well, they're gonna love digging in this.
Oh, yeah.
I just got all the goodies in there.
They'll even it out too.
Yeah, they will. So as you can see, I'm starting to get them to trust me. This is day 3. So this is day 3, and this morning I just gave them like a few little bits of sweet feed every day, just so I can earn their trust and get them to come to me when I need them to and to follow me. Those 2 that you see kind of almost off camera there are the ones that are a little bit more skittish. The bigger one, I was able to lay hands on that one. That one looks like an elk to me, her little face. She's so cute. This is the one right here that Frankie calls Milky Way because of her markings on her face specifically. They're so cute. I can't stand it. They're absolutely adorable. They're starting to warm up to me. Yes, they are. And obviously sweet feed is not something that I feed them, but I do like to get them used to having something that if I need to recall them quickly, if I need them distracted so that I can lay hands on them to check an injury or to evaluate something, like this is a good way to do that. And I'm not giving them a lot, but enough to make them comfortable, you know, enough to make them happy. Huh. This one's the one that's the sweetest, or not the sweetest, they're all sweet, but this one's the one that so far trusts me the most. The one that doesn't trust me as much yet found some of the sweet feed that I spilled over there on my way in the door. So she went over there, but they're doing great over here. And as you can see, they're not running away from me. This is just day 3. It takes a little bit of time for them to gain your trust and to be comfortable with them, or for them to be comfortable with you, I should say. But I think it's important that your animals are not running the opposite direction from you for many reasons, you know, for their well-being and for yours. You got to remember that some of these animals, when we're talking livestock, are going to be considerably larger than you sometimes, or at least, you know, weigh as much as you do. And so having the ability to have them trust you and not be fearful of you. Well, the wind blew my tripod over, so we'll try again. But anyway, as you can see, they're not running away from me now. We're working on taming them up so that we can be able to move them more easily, be able to check them, be able to do all the things that we need to do with our livestock, because, you know, you don't want a big animal to just be able to overpower you or to be afraid of you and try to hurt you in some way, whether it's out of fear or malice. So we've come a long way, I think, in just 3 days. They would not let me get this close to them on day one once they were out here. And so I think they're doing great. They're getting used to me. I come in here a couple times a day to check on them and just kind of see how they're doing, and to get them used to me, you know, to get them accustomed to all of that. We are expecting some bad weather this weekend, and unfortunately, with that being the case, we may not be able to do some of the things that we wanted to do, as far as setting up some of the strip grazing lines and things this weekend. We are supposed to have severe thunder and lightning storms, and potential for, you know, high winds, tornadic activity, all that fun stuff. So we'll see how far we get with that this weekend. We may end up inside pressure canning sweet potatoes all weekend. We'll see. But we did get the birds moved last night. So you can see they're all under the oak tree now. It goes all the way around here. We haven't taken the other netting down yet. Probably either this evening. I'm thrilled with my new little lambs, guys. They're wonderful. They're happy, healthy. I do have one that is a little bit skittish, that does have a little bit of diarrhea right now. I'm not concerned about it. There's nothing in the diarrhea. There's no signs of worms or anything like that. Eating and drinking normally. I think it is simply stress induced. You know, it's been a big couple of days for them with the transport and then being here and being moved from the different paddocks. And so it's just an adjustment. And I've had goats do the same thing. When I literally move them from one paddock to the other, they get about a diarrhea. They're a little, you know, they're prey animals. They tend to be more nervous creatures. They sheepish, if you will. So I'm not overly concerned about one of them having a little bit of diarrhea now. I am keeping an eye on it, but I'm not overly concerned at this point. If I don't see it kind of calming down more in the next day or so, I'll definitely be investigating a little bit further. But for right now, seems fine, eating, drinking. I think it was literally the stress of everything the last couple of days. So I'm happy. We've got the birds in a new spot, so they're eating some fresh grass over there. These guys are, you know, in their quarantine spot. They are eating all of this fodder that Mike planted. There's some turnips in here, there's clover, there's rye, there's all kinds of stuff that they are munching on out here right now, and they are loving it. In the big paddock behind me, so they share this fence line. They are able to see each other and hear each other, so that will help as well with getting everybody adjusted, because the dogs will be eventually with these guys, with this flock, but you know, you got to introduce these things a little bit slowly, especially since these guys were skittish. I also got the impression that they're not used to being around dogs, guardian livestock dogs, that is. I couldn't be happier with how they're doing, and the progress that they've made with me in just a couple of days is wonderful. It's exciting. Nothing makes me happier than hanging out with my animals. I did hatch out a few more turkeys and just added them to the brooder. I'm taking my ducklings to the feed store on Monday, because he had a bunch of people asking about them, and it'll be easier for me to sell them in one lot to him and then let him go from there as far as what he wants to sell them for. But at least I won't have to have them here anymore, I can get them out. But I think I'm gonna keep on my turkeys because I've only got 6. So 6, right? Yeah, 6. So I think I'm gonna keep those turkeys because we didn't order any more turkeys this year. So I think I'm just gonna keep those 6 and we'll use that for ourselves for meat. But guys, this is the beginning of our real flock here. Very excited. Can't wait to share the rest of the adventures with the lambs and the rest of the infrastructure that we need to do for everybody. So we're going to be taking you guys along on this crazy journey as we become sheep herders, if you will. But so far, big goals. They let me love on them. They let me touch them. Every single one of them. I laid hands on them multiple times today. And as you can see, they're getting a lot more comfortable with me. Bunko likes to come and sit with them sometimes, as you can see. And they're kind of interested in him. they think he's fascinating. They're so cute. Anyway, guys, that's our adventure with these. You know, it didn't go as planned the day that we got them here, but getting them moved, making that makeshift corral up here, catching them and getting them in here was a lot easier. So we learned an important lesson about all of that. And we know that now this is going to be the official holding pen with the goat wire on it. So that'll make life a little bit easier moving forward if we just know that and we use this for that. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We appreciate you. As always, remember, stay blessed and safety's on.